Trust is an important part of any kind of relationship. However, trusting someone is hard when the world is filled with deceptive people. In the book, The Science of Relationships, the experts wrote that trust, which entails a person's hopes and aspirations, is put side by side with his fears and worries. No wonder you might be having trouble giving their trust completely because you know there's a risk your closeness with someone might turn into betrayal. Fortunately, life will give you red flags and warnings. Here are some signs that may indicate you cannot trust someone. It might seem like an innocent pastime at work or among your friends, but gossiping has hurt and ruined a lot of relationships. Anyone who gossips to you about another person may easily gossip about you to other people too. Some people might start gossiping as a way to vent about a colleague at work or a friend, but it would be very inappropriate for a boss to talk about another staff member with his peers. If your friends are judging someone else's business, you don't need to be in the circle. If you're uncomfortable about hearing gossips, subtly say that you would rather talk about this when the person involved is around so you can also hear their side. To be completely fair to the other side, a study showed that there are positive effects to gossiping. It can strengthen bonds between friends or groups, and it can also help you figure out who to trust. Do you work with someone who doesn't seem to be approachable? Does he keep to himself and seem inaccessible when you have questions or concerns? Do you have a friend who's a bit secretive and keeps information to herself or avoid getting into a serious conversation? There's a lot of reasons a person might have a wall around him. For this reason, it's important to define the kind of secrecy a person demands. He might be secretive if he values his privacy and would like to impose boundaries that align with his belief. Being secretive might also be a way for an individual to protect himself and his interests from judgment or consequences. The impact of the secrecy will depend on the information or detail that was hidden. It also depends on the type of relationship because certain secrets do have a place in committed relationships. Sneaky actions from your partner can immediately send your radar running wild even if you're not a suspicious person. Now, people have the right to change their mind even on critical matters that may impact a lot of people. At work, for example, if your colleagues have the right facts, information, or data, they are entitled to veer in a different direction. In this case, flip-flopping arises from a necessity. In other cases, however, it might be an indication of opportunism. It is hard to trust a flip-flopper who changes his stand due to pressure or convenience. It is even harder when the person places the blame on you when something goes wrong. Unfortunately, some flip-floppers look for scapegoats and behave without consideration. For instance, no matter how friendly you are with a colleague at work, your friendship will only come second when he's under a lot of stress and pressure from the higher ups, so he'll easily change his mind to please his superiors and leave you on the lurch. Some people with low self esteem mask their insecurities by having an animated persona. They can be exuberant and overeager to make their presence felt. As a result, anyone who's getting more attention or recognition might be seen as a threat. So they may behave in a petty manner and raise accusations against you even when you're not doing anything wrong. You cannot trust a person with insecurities because they can manipulate situations to favor themselves, and while avoiding issues or instances that might highlight their shortcomings or expose their vulnerabilities. As with flip-floppers, spending time with someone who's insecure can become emotionally draining. You have to set boundaries as well, lest you become this person's caretaker. If this person is someone you have to face every day, it might help to sit down and have a heartfelt conversation about their pettiness and insecurities. In your discussion, don't forget to stress the positive aspects of your relationship, whether it's personal or professional. Also, try to do the following: reassure the person that there's no reason to be upset. Demonstrate that you are committed to your relationship or partnership. Emphasize that this partnership to work, you have to trust each other. Explore past issues that might trigger why this person can behave irrationally. And number 5, show encouragement. A credit grabber falls in the same category as the one who flip-flops and the yes man. This type of person will not think twice about throwing anyone under the bus to save their own skin. Such an attitude can breed distrust among a group or a team. If this happens to you, here are a few steps you can take. There is no better response towards someone who takes credit for your accomplishment except to take the high road. Don't let this attitude affect you, since your lies will likely be discovered sooner than later. Instead, find other opportunities to shine in your work and get recognized by the people who are higher than your boss. Volunteer or tag along in special projects that you know you can contribute to, or give superiors regular updates and progress reports so that they know you are a part of the contributing team. Trusting someone is often a judgment call. If you have taken note to these red flags carefully, you will be able to learn how to filter untrustworthy people out of your life. This way, you can protect yourself from becoming a victim of deception or unfair treatment.